Hi guys, Ghost Raven here and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. I hope you guys are doing well today. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel and I'll bring you cool daily videos like this. So you can jump in right where we left off the last time, and we do have a few problems in the city. We've got some people that are awaiting hearses. Seems to be manageable at the moment, and we have a little bit of a storm coming in as well. A little bit of rain coming in. It's going to make the roads a little bit wetter. But our tram systems are definitely helping our city a lot. Let's have a look and see how we are doing from a capacity point of view. So only using it 24%, so we are using it 29%. So we actually have got plenty capacity on those lines. That is really good for us. As we can come down here through the city, you can see, come off to this main intersection here. We'll go over the bridge into Sunset Harbor. And there's still quite a lot of people walking this way. I think they are mainly coming to, there's a station over there, and they're coming to the shipping port. But if we go back this way, you can see that we do have a station over here. There it is over there. And it tells us exactly how many people are waiting. So there's 41 people waiting, and there is a tram coming. So if we speed up the simulation, we missed him. Let's go and catch him again. And there we are. Yeah, so lots of people are going to get out and get off. But it does seem to be a very busy stop. It does service this entire area because that's the only tram stop that's for this entire island. And as you can see, we do have 154 passengers waiting. Let's just go and check capacity there, make sure we're doing okay from capacity. It's a shipping. And it's only being used 6%, so not really worth the cost involved, but it looks pretty, so maybe from that perspective it's okay. Okay, so let's look at expanding a little bit. So there's a couple of things we still need to do. We haven't put in any sort of train infrastructure, so we've got no logistical trains and we've got no passenger trains. We also don't have any sort of air or airport or anything like that, so there's no way of passengers or people from being able to get in from the international airways. We do need to still expand our industrial zone, but I'd like to try and think about getting an airport in. So this is quite a nice island over here to have an airport, so let's buy some tiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy quite a few actually. I'm going to buy those. Let's just see if this is okay for now. And we're going to go to our airport, and there's our airport over there. And we should be able to drop it in quite nicely on the back side of this island here. And you can see the blue, almost like circles or cone shapes that we've got going on either side. So that's the airplane's flight path. That's where they're going to be coming in and landing. So you're not going to be able to have any sort of development in those areas. So this will be a good spot. The lower residential is not going to make much of a difference. So now we have our first international airport, but we have no way of anybody getting here. And we have no electricity, and we have no water, and we have no sewage or anything like that. So the quick way we can resolve that is we can run, because the electricity line and the sewage lines and everything don't run through the highway, you can add electricity. So what you can do is you can go to the road tools, and then you can go to the advanced road tools, and then by putting lighting, you can add lighting to the highway. So that'll bring the electricity, but that doesn't bring the water and the sewage. So I'm going to do those three things by myself. I'm not going to worry about bringing it in from the road or from the highway. So we do need a road that's going to be on the outside of this building. So we're going to run quite a big road. So let's just run it up to the end of the building at least. You can always cut it off and do what we need to do. Okay. And this building also does have a couple of upgrades. So it has a business lounge, it's got a cargo terminal, and it's got airport services. It does cost quite a lot of money, so we're not going to worry about that right now. But what we do want to do is we want to get the electricity and the water in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the combined pipe, and you can see our road is over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this under the water and straight to that point, and that'll give it water and sewage, and then the same thing from electricity. So I want to go Hopefully this is going to be underground. No, it's not. Okay, so let's just go underground here. And I'm just going to run. We might have to run high capacity, but for now this should be more than enough to suffice. So now our airport has electricity, right? And then we just need to get a intersection here. So we do have a highway over here. This already goes up onto a highway bridge. So maybe what we should do is think about maybe just buying a little bit more territory this side. Maybe we don't need that one. I'm just going to purchase that one. Okay, and that gives us a little bit of leeway to be able to put in an off-ramp. So an intersection at least. So we're just going to use something small like something like this. Let's see if this is very bad. Okay, I just want to make sure that the snapping is off. Okay, so let me pause the simulation. This might be too big. Let's go for the slightly smaller one, I think. Let's just go for the basic one. Something like that. Then we don't need to delete so much road. Okay, so if I delete... should be more than enough. Just trying to get it as close to the intersection as possible. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it's there. Okay, so now we just need to line these two up. There is a 3 going on to a 2, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the highway. We are going to go parallel, and we're going to use the 2-lane. That's terrible. Okay, so we're not going to go parallel. We're just going to go the 2 into the 2, and the 2 into the 2. So maybe we just need to upgrade just this little piece over here, I think. Upgrade this little piece over here. Okay, and this is terrible, so I'm just going to backtrack this a little bit. And there are different widths as well, so that doesn't really help us. Okay, so let's get the 2 coming in. The 2 going out. Okay, absolutely perfect. Okay, then it does have the 3, but what I want to do is I want to do the 2, so let's just hopefully the parallel tool will be enough. It's actually perfect. Okay, so now we need to get... we can actually probably have like development out the side, so I'm just going to get the simulation running again. And now we need to be able to hook this up, so people can get to and back from the airport, and they'll be able to take the highway in order to be able to do that. Okay, so let's just take this road. We are going to want to come across the water. So let's just go... what are we looking at? We're looking at elevation at 10 meters. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to bring that down to ground level. We want to do that fairly quickly, so I think let's just do 136 should be okay. We'll do the same thing on the side, so we're going to go 136. Okay, and that's kind of hook up with that. So for now, I think I'm just going to use the curve tool. What we can do is we can kind of line it up to the center. Not have too much of an angle. Okay, we might need to fix that and just change it, decides what we get when we decide what we're going to do with this area. We can then adjust it and do what we need to do. Okay, so parallel will be able to come in here. It's really not to look great snapping, so we're just going to do it ourselves. Okay, and we definitely don't need an intersection or pedestrian crossings or anything over there. Okay, so now you're able to get from the airport all the way to and back from the city. Look at the explosion. We've had a death wave in the city. Let's just make sure that our crematoriums are able to deal with it. They are. We've had 361 deaths and we have capacity of 724. So we are okay. It just worries me that there are so many icons that have popped up on the screen. Seems a little bit crazy to me. Okay, well, let's get back to what we were doing. So This will be our sort of airport area. We will probably have a lot of commercial and stuff out here, and a lot of businesses and offices. And I'm not going to worry too much about anything else. Okay, so we want to do the airport lounge, the business lounge, and the cargo terminal. I don't need to do the upgrade for now because we don't even have trains available. So when we do have trains available, then we can start looking at something like that. But for now, there's absolutely no point. Okay, what we can do is we can set up the traffic routes for the airlines, right? So if we go to our transport and we go to our airlines, here's the passenger airline route. Okay, and we have 5 terminals it seems. We've got 1, 2 in the distance I can see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that possible? Do we have as many as that? Oh, we have lots of in and outs of the city via plane. So it's actually really nice. I've never had it that far before, or that many that before. Okay, so we're going to have, let's just pause it. We're going to have that line. I wonder how many airplanes we can actually have. Okay, so he's going to fly off up to there. You can fly off to that destination and come back here. And we're going to have third destination over there. Fourth destination. Please tell me there's no more. There's one more over there. So we're going to be using all 5. I don't think we have enough.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts.
Yeah, I'm just going to zoom out here and just going to have a look.
During these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events.
We could have literally everybody coming in from the air. Okay, wait. I want to make those airlines free. And we've got so many different lines, so they're all going to be pink. So I don't want to do that. So let's just go red. We'll just do the colors here. Okay, so orange.
Greetings, listeners. You're listening to Jade Road Radio. Soon the last bell will
Yellow.
toll, and none but the master shall stand between you and the gaping abyss. Until
blue.
then, stay tuned.
Local stargazers are in for a
And
tonight as the aurora borealis
go like a turquoise color.
light up the night sky.
Not a turquoise, but a lighter blue like that. I think that's cool. Okay, and we're going to make the ticket price empty. Regional jet airliner.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news.
I don't know if we're going to have enough planes.
An expert guest
Seems a little bit crazy to me. Ticket price 0.
So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards in
Okay.
For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the
All of a sudden we're going to have 5 million airplanes. It's going to be a little bit crazy. Okay, so
Yes, in the short term.
do we have anybody waiting anywhere? No. Do you have planes coming? Nobody's waiting at the airport. I don't think we're going to need all of these lines, to be honest with you. But the regional jet's also more expensive. I haven't seen that before, the regional and the local. Wonder how much of a difference that actually makes. Probably capacities. Okay, so there's 4 passengers waiting in that plane. Here comes one of our first planes now. Got the second plane approaching, the third one. There's already... How's that a smaller plane? Regional jet. Oh, okay, so to actually click on them is not so easy. So it's saying regional jet, but I didn't choose. Let's look at the blue, regional. Okay. So there are definitely different size planes. So now we know. Maybe we should just get a bus line out here at least, so people can come at least from here into the city. These are the first planes coming in. It really is very cool. So the orange and the yellow is difficult to see the difference. I think that is the orange. Try and make it a little bit darker so it stands out a little bit more. Okay, is there anybody waiting here? Ticket price. So you can actually click. I don't want to click off it. There we go. Okay, so there's a parking fee. No. Service maintenance efficiency 112%. It's 19 waiting over there. 5 over there. 11. So there are a few people starting to use it. 9. 14. I don't know how many planes we've got. Upgrades 2, extensions, vehicles in use 0 out of 8. I don't understand that at all. I wonder if it's important for us to do any sort of logistical cargo stuff. Let's just see here. We didn't unlock it. So cargo airplane terminal. Oh, that's a train track that gets added over there that we're not going to put in for now. Let me just speed up the simulation. I want to see at least some people arriving. This might be a nice place to wait. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look. Have we got anybody arriving? We've got 6 passengers arriving. GP came in fast. Phew. Very nice. Yes, we do have some passengers coming here. There's 21 in there. 22 out of 80. 18. That's awesome. Okay, so how are people going to get from here all the way to the city? So what we should have is we should probably have a taxi rank here. So if we go to here, taxi shelter, here you go. Let's have a look. Probably somewhere over here. Okay, and I'm going to put in a bus shelter over there. And then what we can do is if we have capacity, I'd like to try and bring another bus line from our bus station so people can get into this part of the city if they want to. I just don't know how many buses we've used and how many we've got available. So 32 out of 45. We've got plenty. Okay, so let's do that. We're just going to call it the airport line. Do we have a terminal available? We do. Okay, so if we can take that all the way to our bus and all the way back. Okay, so this one this is the airport line. Just so we know which one it is. Okay, wait, easy tiger. Alright, and then I'm going to just bring the vehicles down. Okay, so I've got 14 vehicles. This is way too many. I'm just going to do 7 for now. And we can just take it from there. Color's also not great, actually. So let's think about a decent color. So we don't have like a green. Well, airport color for green is just weird. So I'm going to make it dark blue. That'll be our airport line. Okay, so then more buses should come out of the bus station now. These blue ones. There they go. We did make sure it was an electric bus. I don't think we did. Damn it. Okay, electric bus. We hope that means the buses aren't going to have to go back. I wish you could reduce the limit further. I mean, if we're not going to use that many, wouldn't understand what that point is. Okay, so if they wanted to get to the airport, okay, how come all the buses now? Okay, and then there's the tram over here. We could probably speed up that process. Let's just try and put in... Okay, because the train line's not great. But if we are able to join this somehow... Hold on. Where is the stop? The stop is right there, so we don't want to have it anywhere near the stop. Okay, and I'm going to try and do the same thing over here. And people can just literally cross there and walk there if they need to, so it just speeds up the process. I just wish we could walk around down this way. Okay, so let's be a little bit cheeky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size of this road. I'm going to turn this into an alley, right? I don't know why it's affected these buildings. Oh, because of the pathway. We just need to have a pathway underneath so that the zoning isn't broken. Kind of like that. And this should be okay. Well, that doesn't seem to be very happy. Okay, so let's just go mixed use. Let's just go... sorry, the mixed use. Let's just go Japanese. And hopefully it'll just fix itself. Don't like the fact that we're going to lose some buildings, but what can we do? Okay. That's because we put in a road there. There we go. Alright, so now we should be able to put in a pedestrian crossing, which is the whole purpose of us being crazy. Like that. We definitely don't need a second light and stuff, but now people should be able to walk directly from there to there. So let's just see if they start using it. They are indeed. Okay. So this place is looking a little bit bland, I must be honest. So let's choose... I don't want to use anarchy yet, but I do want to use that tool. And I want to take it down. Let's take it down to like 10. And there is no space for this. Like, no, you suck. Alright, so we don't suck. Okay, because these trees are absolutely massive. Okay, it's not great because I don't know why it's not choosing that. Okay, so let's just choose that again. And you probably don't need anarchy for this. I mean, the more you use anarchy, the more chance you have of it breaking anyway, so you don't want to be using it too much. Okay, so we can probably have a line of hickory trees here. That's just way too close. Just literally to provide a little bit of shade for them. Just fills up the area a little bit more as well. This place definitely needs a little bit of attention. We used to have lots of trees. Now looks like most of these trees have died and moved on, which is not great.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until
This is like deja vu. I feel like we've done all of this
has been a
before.
local public service announcement.
It's definitely looking a lot sparser than what it was. All these trees are dead.
Transportation within designated areas is now free of charge.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, but a free bus ride might just be your ticket.
We're going live to Kim, who is out.
Okay, so how are we doing here?
Find out how local residents are
Lots of people.
responding.
Let's just see how our bus line's doing. Jeepers, 70%. Okay. Let's go and have a look and see what's happening on that side. I'm going to go across. Oh, what is happening? Okay, we didn't notice that our water supply is running dangerously low.
What do you think of this new transportation policy?
I'm loving it.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to build something in on this side. Okay, let's just make sure we turn anarchy off. Okay, we can't run anything.
Great songs and the whispers
We
of the
can run it
river
like this.
deep within the earth. I'm your host, Jen Smith, and you're listening to Jade Road Radio.
Okay. And definitely water treatment.
The Tourism Board just released their figures, and it's good news all around. Tourism was way up over the
You
previous
really
year.
can't do it in front of...
Pretty amazing, right, Jim?
You bet, Glenda. I guess
So I don't know if we're going to poison that water if we do it there.
this is the place to be.
Okay, let's find another place to it.
Arrive, and we're gonna
We
be
do
pointing
have
accident, somewhere
space
in
to
the
do it
city.
here.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while.
Okay, there's a good place for us.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Okay, literally just to help us get through the hurdle. So water availability is starting to run low as well. So we do need to put in a water plant or two. Pumping station. Water treatment plant. Process sewage and purifies of its pollutants. Treated water is then pumped back into the water network. Removes pollutants. Become one of this is the same thing on this one. It is. So it's exactly the same. But what we need to do is we need to increase our water availability. So I'm going to put in 2 pumps, go a little bit overboard, increase the capacity of those pumps. And then what we need to do is we just need to run a small service road at the back. Nothing hectic. Like that. Okay, so suddenly we do have water treatment again, and it is doing a lot better than what it was before, which is much better for us. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. It's saying there's no car access. Just remove that. It rebuilds. Oh my word. I don't want this tram to go smacking into this car here. It's been an accident. Going to go straight through, is it? No, it's not. It's going to wait. There comes the police. And there comes the road maintenance. We are city services. This bike almost went and drove into the train. Not allowed to do that, my friend. Okay, the cop car. Who's going to clear it up? The cop car or this guy? Because he can't get there, right? So people are turning around. And now there's a backup going on here. Because our maintenance dude can't get there. So our tram is stuck. Okay. Is it going to figure itself out? we've now got 3 trams backed up. It's complaining, yes I know. There's cars that actually went into the water, oh my word. Okay, cars have been clever and they're turning around, but our guy can't get there, our road maintenance. There we go. So it disappeared. Everybody's happy. And just like that, we are flowing again. There we go. Problem is resolved. Okay, so it looks like the capacity of the tram is really high. Tram line 2 is sitting at 80%, which is really busy. When we don't have, I haven't putting in a lot more sort of residential, so we shouldn't be having a huge residential growth. Where we are getting residential growth comes from the houses that are upgrading. So what the residents do is you have a family that lives in a house. The house, then they have jobs. They go and earn money. They come back. They have to pay taxes. At the moment, they are paying, I think, 10% taxes. So even the businesses are paying taxes on their profits. And then whatever money they have left over after paying their rents and after paying for food and everything like that, then they use that money to upgrade their housing. So you can see this is already a level 3 of 5, which means they have upgraded from level 1 all the way through to level 5 already. Look at some of the older areas that have been more established and been around for longer. The buildings will be at a 5 level. So these are medium residentials, and these are houses, and they are completely upgraded to max level. So, and even the looks change. So between level 1 and level 5, it doesn't change necessarily every level, but from a level 1 to level 5, that the buildings definitely look a lot different, especially in the medium and the higher residential. So your higher residential building, when it first starts out, does not look like this, and it eventually does start looking like this when it has reached its maximum level. So you can see here, as it also increases in level, the number of, like your residential buildings, there'll be able to be more households in here. It uses less water, it uses less electricity and less sewage, and what it does is it allows more people to live there. So you have more people living in the same space that you had previously. So we do have a bit of a traffic jam going on over here. Didn't fix all of these things. We don't need. Why did we take the intersection away at all? It's fine. A little bit of an oopsie here, it looks. And there's also cars parking on the sides of these roads. So it just does not like this road at all. I think we probably used Mover to put this road in. That's why it's not allowing us to upgrade. Okay, but we should have had, the tram should definitely be taking a lot of that strain off the network. A lot of people crossing the roads here. Just pause here. I just want to see what's here. Okay, so this is the Sun Vista, so that makes sense. There's a lot of people here, and these are a lot of offices. So a lot of people walking to and back from work. And then you have the mixed use. You'll have some shops underneath the residential buildings. Those are mixed use. So you'll see on the street level, we do have shops. So we are taking their commercial needs into account as well. Okay, but our airport has now been running for a little while, so I am going to take us there. And I'm going to see how this is faring. Have a look at some of our routes now. Okay, so they are actually being used quite nicely. I didn't expect it, but it is definitely being used quite nicely. I'm quite impressed. We don't have too many cars coming out this way. We should have some buses coming out this way. Here comes a bus now. Yeah, he is completely full. Okay, so how much capacity do we have? I don't think we have much left, to be honest with you. So we have 5. Okay, so we do have a bit, so let's just play. We can play with it a little bit. you can see that this airport line is 98%. So we have additional. So let's take it up to 12. Yeah, and that's all the capacity we have for buses. We could just extend out our land mass and just add some more here, or we could just add a second bus station. But for the trams, we don't have any more capacity. Oh, we do, we have one. Let's have a look where we can put that in and use that best. Probably on the yellow line. Okay, so all our buses are now being used, and that's dropped the usage down to 41%, which is perfect. Just don't want too many people waiting here for too long. I think by the airport we'd like to have some hotels and maybe some commercial or maybe some parking lots, because we don't have any parking here, and we can just utilize this island as best we can. But there you go, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.